friends. So this is a rather personal vlog, and I was in a coven that I had joined in 2011, 2012. And I recently had kind of withdrawn myself from that group, just going through some personal stuff in my life, and I wanted to return to this group. So I contacted the high priestess, and I told her that I wanted to return. She said, okay, great, let's meet up. So I met with her and the high priest, and I was basically told that they had a couple of concerns, and they didn't want me to return to the group. And I was kind of like shocked. And I tried to explain myself to her, and she basically just said, no, my mind has already been made up. So even though I sat there and kind of pleaded and kind of tried to explain myself and put it out there, it was just like, nope, 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 nope. So, okay, all right, I'm not getting anywhere here. So, so what I'm going to do is just kind of give my side of the story. So I'm not going to be bashing these people. I have no animosity towards them. We just kind of parted ways, but I just kind of wanted to give a little background for future people who may wonder what the hell happened on this particular day in January of 2017. So there was we were part of a closed Yahoo group, and somebody had asked a question, and I knew somebody who would have an answer to it, and I contacted that person, and I gave them the information that I had to answer this particular question. And this was met with scorn, that I had somehow broken an oath by revealing this information in a closed group of initiated Gardnerians. Because there is the possibility that a Yahoo employee may break in and steal this information and then somehow use it to their advantage. That's fine. I understand. My bad. I won't do it again. So I left that group and thought that was settled. Apparently it wasn't. They still held on to it they just held on to it. And then the other one was my personal Book of Shadows, which is available for anybody to peruse and print out and follow and edit and cut and paste all they want. This website was updated in 2000, or not updated, this website was uploaded in 2006 is when it started. I did not join the particular group who I met with the High Priestess over until 2011, 2012, so this was a good 5-6 years prior. But again, there was somebody in the California Gardnerian group who was concerned that I was revealing Gardnerian secrets on my website. So my high priestess talked to me about it, and I conceded, and I said, you know what, you're right, I'm sorry. I can see how there can be confusion there, and I'm part of a group now, and I've taken oaths, and not a problem, I'll take it off. So immediately the next day, or even that night, I took it down. I didn't explain anything to people who go to my website or anything, I just kind of like made it inaccessible. So that's what I did. Thought that was resolved. Simple mistake. I did what I can to rectify it. I thought it was resolved. So the last thing that happened was that even though they've known that I've had a YouTube page for, well, as long as I've been in the group, I believe I was very upfront about it. And I said, well, you know, I have a YouTube page. You might want to check it out. Apparently now it's become an issue. So, okay, all right. So mainly the Wicca 2.0 series. So I'm going to kind of go over some of the Wicca 2.0 videos that I have and explain that not everything under the Gardnerian umbrella is the entire Western occult tradition. There's a lot of stuff that is in the Western occult tradition that is not part of the Gardnerian material. There may be stuff that is influenced, that has been taken in, but it does not encompass all of it. So that's the distinction that I make. I make a distinction between general Wicca books that are not necessarily Gardnerian, but they're called Wicca books, which there's a plethora of them, and then the Western occult tradition, which goes back, and again, it's part of the Western occult tradition. So anyhow, so the Wicca 2.0 series, let me just go over the ones that I did. I did one on shielding for empaths. I did one on planetary magic, how to make a talisman, making incense, circle casting, and quarter calls, which I could see could be construed as possibly Gardnerian only material. But it was actually a comparison and contrast of 5 different books. Raymond Buckland's Big Blue Book of Witchcraft, Scott Cunningham's Wicca for the Solitary Practitioner, Janet and Stuart Farrar's What Witches Do, and a book by D.J. Conway, Celtic Magic. I think that was it. And basically, so it's 4 books. So I just compared and contrasted these and how the quarter calls and circle casting has been viewed and changed and whatnot. The next one was polarity, and again, that's just polarity. Wicca 2.0, creating effective rituals, which is basically just how one includes making effective rituals, which are not only powerful rituals, but also have meaning to them and can include people, and which is it's a delicate balance to create, in my opinion, an effective public ritual, or even an effective ritual, period. Wicca 2.0, creating sigils, Theban alphabet, alchemical elements. Again, these are all on my on my YouTube page. They will still be accessible. And they were concerned, or she was concerned, that the part of this Wicca 2.0 series that I was teaching, that somehow I was revealing Gardnerian secrets, and no, I wasn't. But she felt that maybe I was teaching Wicca for money. Okay, I conceded. I said, okay, I can see that, because Patreons, they're getting Wicca 2.0 material based on the Western occult tradition for money. Okay, I can see that. I conceded to that. And so, but I'm just going to read the text of it as it was, because after this I'm going to change it and remove this aspect. So my apologies to my Patreons for changing this again. I know I changed it to this language in December of 2016, and now I'm removing that language. My apologies. I was going to be teaching a class on this, the Western occult tradition, Wicca 2.0 series. I'm going to be changing that, and I apologize. Anyhow, okay, so what I had written was pledge $5 or more per video. You get a big shout out and a thank you on my show, access to Patreon only content, and access to the Wicca 2.0 series on the Western occult tradition. Pledge $10 or more. I get a huge thank you on the show, access to Patreon only content, and access to the Wicca 2.0 series on the Western occult tradition, including Google Hangouts for Q&A every Wednesdays at 6 p.m., and then a brief description of the Wicca 2.0 series. This is designed as a beyond the oversaturation of Wicca 101 videos. I wanted to present information beyond the basics of those who have already learned a little and are seeking deeper studies. Considered to be an intermediate educational series, it delves into the relation of modern paganism with the more ancient Western occult tradition. Becoming a Patreon at $5 level grants you access to the video series, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to be changing this wording and just offer, if people want to become a Patreon or not, based solely on just my video response videos, which I do, just correcting the bullshit information that is out there. The thing that bothers me the most throughout this whole thing is, first of all, not having the opportunity to really properly be listened to. I think that was the thing. And, you know, that was the hardest part. There's also a part of me that really enjoy sharing accurate information with people and understanding how there is so much misinformation out there. There is so much misinformation on Wicca out there. And it's just, it's perpetuated for so long that now this misinformation is actually taken as accurate information. And when people give the correct information, they're saying, no, that's completely wrong. It's just so, it's so ass backwards. It's like this big fuzzy ball of confusion that just kind of like rolls through forums and Facebook groups and YouTube, and it just gets, it's insane what people believe and think is right, and it's actually very wrong. And so I've always been very careful to explain something to someone on my YouTube page and tell them where it comes from and to show them how this has happened. And so I understood this is stuff that I just cannot talk about on my YouTube page. I understand that. And then here is all the stuff that I can talk about. And I've always clearly understood these two things and not broken that wall. And I will continue to. I'm not going to suddenly just, disregard my oaths or anything like that. I'm still going to continue to make a distinction between these two things. But I am going to continue to give people the most accurate information that I possibly can without revealing those secrets, and explain to them exactly where a lot of the confusion happens and how this part is part of this and this is part of that. And it's actually difficult for me at times, but I understand that. I work within those constraints. And hopefully those who recognize it appreciate it. So anyhow, with that said, I just wanted to let people know what has been going on in my life, and also just give my side of the story. Again, this will be on my YouTube page for people, in the future can come back and see exactly what happened here. And now they have my side of the story. And the last thing I'm going to say is that I've talked with people, and the minute they hear that I'm a Gardnerian, they're like, "You're a Gardnerian? But I've met other Gardnerians, and they were this and that, and they told me I was doing it wrong, and I had to be initiated, and all this stuff." And then other people say, "Oh, Gardnerians are elitists, and they're just like, they just look down on anybody else and just say that we're stupid because we're solitary and eclectic," or whatever it is. And I defended them, and I said, yeah, you know what, not all Gardnerians are assholes and jerks, and there's actually a lot of decent people. And the truth of the matter is, yes, there are. A lot of Gardnerians are very decent people. Unfortunately, like with most groups, there's a minority that really fuck it up for the rest of us. Not every single Wicca and Western occult tradition is part of your tradition. I'm sorry, but it's just not. And, the misinformation that is out there is causing more problems than it is, and it can be corrected without revealing the deeper secrets. That's just very simple to do. But anyhow, there's a part of me that's still kind of angry about this, but there's another part of me that's just kind of relieved, like I can just kind of like step away from all this ridiculous drama and take a couple of deep breaths and get a new perspective on things and open myself up and really concentrate and focus on giving people accurate information and not being concerned of consequences. And again, that does not mean that I'm going to be breaking my oaths, because I will not do that. But anyhow, such is life. Thank you so much, and blessed be.